A case of election fraud on the First Coast and no one has been held accountable.
2 years ago, a phony voter guide was mailed in the St. Johns County area that looked so real that some voters fell for it. Jess Clark reports tonight on the people who say they were victims of that fake voter guide in a story you'll only see on First Coast News.
The phony voter guides were simple flyers in 2024, and they look just like the authentic guides from the St. Johns County Republican Party. But the fake guide was not from the St. Johns GOP, and its quote-unquote endorsed candidates were not the actual endorsed GOP candidates. So now, 2 years later, nobody has been criminally charged for this phony guide that may very well have changed the election. In August 2024, in St. Johns County, one day before early voting started,
this hits the mailboxes.
a fake voter guide disguised as the authentic one from the St. Johns County Republican Party came out. And instead of the party's endorsed candidates, the fake guide listed their competitors, who were also Republicans.
I was shocked. I could not believe it was happening.
And you're just like, are you serious?
I was shocked, stunned, and appalled.
The flyer sent the real endorsed candidates and the GOP in St. Johns County reeling.
And I have never seen anything like this.
They tried to get the message out to voters that if you received a voter guide in the mail, it's a phony one, but they couldn't get to every voter. And they saw people pull up to the polling places.
They would drive by and they would be waving their voter guide, only it was the fraudulent voter guide. So they thought they had the right voter guide.
We saw so many people coming out of their cars in different locations with the fake voter guide, walking in.
Literally hundreds of people walk in with that fraudulent mailer and vote using it.
You know, they think they're doing the right thing by taking that guide, and honestly, they've been hoodwinked.
Nearly 2 years later now, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement has investigated, but no state attorney's office has charged anybody with any crimes.
I am frustrated. I'm a bit angry about it.
Denver Cook is the chair of the St. Johns County Republican Party, and he says the slow path to justice is having a chilling effect on the voters and volunteers for this upcoming primary in August.
Because they're like, the people with money are just going to violate the law again because nobody's held accountable.
Anne Marie Evans ran for county commission in 2024. She was endorsed by the Republican Party and on the real voter guide, but her opponent was falsely endorsed on the fake voter guide, and Evans lost.
I believe in my heart of hearts. That is what shifted the election from a win for me to a win for my opponent. We were only separated by about 844 votes.
Kim Kendall was also endorsed by the Republican Party, but the fake guide said her opponent was the endorsed candidate. Nevertheless, Kendall won the race for State House Representative, but she is still pushing for criminal charges to be filed against the fake flyer maker.
It's highly criminal. It's election fraud, unauthorized use of the Republican logo. It's falsifying campaign materials, and it's also mail fraud.
The big question remains, who is behind the flyer? People have their suspicions, but will not name names. The state attorney's offices based in St. Johns County and the one based in Duval County have both recused themselves from this case. So it is now in the hands of the state attorney's office based in Gainesville. And a spokesman there tells me the case is under review.